Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shiksheta Mandala, Gora Mandala, Vaja Mandala, Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda Ki Jai. Shri Muna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Purnamasi Yoga Maya Ki Jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai. Jai Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Sudarshan Chakra Ju Ki Jai. Shri Jagannātha Ratha-yatra Mahamahotsav Ki Jai. Jai Sarva Vrajavasi Gana Ki Jai. Sarva Vrajadevi Gana Ki Jai. Jai Swaparshad Ji Gaur Hari Ki Jai. Jai Śrī Svarūpa Dāmodara Gosvāmī Par Ki Jai. Tadya Shubha Tirobhav Titi Ki Jai. Jai Shri Shivananda Sena Ki Jai. Tadya Shubha Tirobhav Titi Ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtana Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Jai Shri Jagannatha Ratha-yatra Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Kshetra Mandal Ki Jai. All the Vrajavasis, especially the gopis, bringing Krishna back to Vrindavan Ki Jai. All right. I think it might be nice to start off with singing Jagannatha. I wasn't planning on doing that, but yeah, I think that'd be a nice way to start it off. So I'm going to just get my mridanga from my room. Just take me 1 second. Big text. And then I'm also just opening up the words to the song. Okay, I have it open. Well, all right, almost finished. Okay, so I'll be back in a second. I'm just getting my mridanga. Okay, so let me just turn on original sound for musicians. Oh, and I forgot to set up the YouTube thing, so that's why it started. For those who are watching on YouTube and Facebook, it started in the end of the Jaidwani. All right, so where is it here? Okay. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu me. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami. Now, how does the melody go? Let me try. Kadachit kalindi tata vipina sangita kavaro. My word has been acting up really strange lately. That's why it's... Anyways. Okay, here. Kadachit kalindi tata vipina sangita kavaro mudabiri nari vadana kamala swada madhupa rama shambhu brahma marapati ganeshārchita pado Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu me. Bhuje savye veno Shirasi shiki picham kati tate tupulam Netrante sahachara kataksham vidadhate Sada Shrimar Vrindavana vasati Lila paricharya Jagannatha Swami Nayana patagami bhavatu me Mahambhodestire Kanakaruchire Nilashikare Vasan Prasa Danta Sahaja Balabhadrena Balina Subhadra Madhyasta Shakala Sura Seva Vasarado Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu me Kripa Paravara Sajala Jalada Shreni Ruchiro Ramavani Rama Spuradamala Panke Ruhamuka Surendra Aradhya Shruti Ganashika Gita Charito Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu me Ratharudo Gachan Pati milita bhudeva patalai stuti pradur bhava Prati paramupakanya sadaya daya sindhu bandhu Sakala jagatam sindhu sutaya Jagannatha Swami Nayana patagami bhavatu me Param Brahma Pida Kuvalaya Dalotpula Nayano Nivasi Niladro Nihita Charanunanta Shirasi Rasanandirada Sarasavapur Alingana Sukho Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu me Navayache Rajam Nachakanaka Manikya Vibhavam Nayache Hamramyam Sakala Janakamyam Varavadum Sadakale Kale Pramatapatina Gita Charito Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu me Aratvam Samsaram Trutataram Asaram Aratam Sorry guys Aratam Samsapanam Let me start over from the beginning. Aratam Samsaram Drutataram Surapate Haratvam Papanam Vitate Maparam Yadavapate Aho Dine Nate Nihita Charano Nishchitamidam Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu me Jagannatashtakam Punyam Yapatet Prayata Shuchi Sarva Papa Vishuddhatma Vishnu Lokam Sagachati Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu me Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu me Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Devi Jaya Sudarshana Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Devi Jaya Sudarshana. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Jagannatha. So I messed up in the middle because Shamali started licking my back and then like licking the side here, and anyways, got a bit distracting, but I sat too close. Alright, so we are going to read now an article by Srila Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī Mahārāja. And usually we read from the Jagannatha Ratha-yatra book by my Srila Gurudev Nityalila Pravishya Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. But it is very long, and it really takes like a few chapters to complete the subject. And also it doesn't touch on Svarupa Dāmodara Goswami and Shivananda Sena. And so that's why I thought this time we'll just read Srila Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Goswami Maharaj's Hari Katha, which covers everything. So, yeah, let's begin. Let me just change. Let's just make the text a bit bigger so you can all see it nicely. I think that's good. Let's make the text color brighter. I like green. Or maybe we should do blue. Let's do blue. I always do green. Okay. So this is a Ratha-yatra Q&A, question and answer. So and before we begin, let's see who is there. And let me turn on noise suppression. Okay. Hare Krishna, Nri Hari Prabhu, and Papatarani Mataji, Raseshwari Mataji, Sarveshwari Mataji, Ashray Prabhu, Shri Devi Didi, and let's see on YouTube and Facebook who is all there. Vidyalalasa Didi and Krishnamai Didi, and I see a few other devotees. If you write a comment, I'll see who you are. But Dandavat pranams. All right. All right. Okay. So July 7th, 2024 is a celebration of Ratha-yatra in Vrindavan, India. The following is an excerpt of a bhavanuvad of a question and answer session of devotees with Srila Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Goswami Maharaj on July 6, 2016, about the significance of Ratha-yatra. Okay, so this is not exactly a class, it's more of an informal darshan with questions and answers. Jai Jagannatha. Has anybody here been for Ratha-yatra in Jagannath Puri? Sarveshwari Mataji, have you ever been? It is such an exciting thing. It's not possible to describe. You can only experience it, but it's like the most oh God, it's so exciting. It's like really everything's so dramatic. Like, because there's there's so many people, like you get squashed by all the people. And then um and that everybody, like I don't even know, hundreds of thousands of people are just trying to grab this rope. And so you're like if you try to pull Jagannath, it's like a life and death thing almost. It feels like if you get like a really big adrenaline rush, and it's so hard to not get like try to keep your feet on the ground and not get pulled by all the people. And then there's all these pandas, like I don't know how many pandas, but like over 50 pandas with these gongs, and they play at a certain rhythm all together, and Jagannath goes, and just everything, the whole thing is so it's yeah, everybody has to experience it sometime in their life. And then we usually do kirtan, because that's actually the most important thing, is to do kirtan in front of Jagannath. That's um you know that's what he really, yeah. So okay, so devotee asked Srila Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī, she says, with what mood? Oh, and I didn't say his name in the Jaidwani. So Jai Srila Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai, Jai Srila Bhakti Ballabha Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai, and Jai Srila Bhakti Dait Madhav Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai, 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 Jai. Oh, and today is the in Mayapur, they're having the official opening of the Samadhi. And I think they're going to be installing the Vigrahas also of Srila Bhakti Vallabha Goswami Maharaj and Srila Bhakti Dait Madhav Goswami Maharaj. It's a 3-day program, and I have not seen a program like this before. They Chaitanya Gaudiya Math, they are inviting all the brahmacharis, all the sannyasis, all devotees from everywhere, and they're paying for everybody's tickets. And so we have all the different sannyasis from my sangha. Madhav Maharaj came. I think Sridhar Maharaj is there. I don't know, like they invited a bunch of our sannyasis. But what I heard, what a brahmachari told me, is that anybody who comes from Vrindavan, they give them 3,000 rupees to cover all their travel expenses and make sure they have everything they need. Every brahmachari that comes from Vrindavan. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's what the brahmachari told me. And so yeah, they've just made such elaborate preparations, and like I've never seen such a welcoming mood, like where you're paying for everybody's tickets from all over the place to come, and really taking nice care of everybody. And yeah, it's 3-day festival. I think today's the last day of the festival. I haven't been yet, so I'm gonna go today. I think today's the Vigraha installation though. Yeah, I could be wrong though. But yeah, so Jai Srila Bhakti Vallabha Goswami Maharaj, Jai Srila Bhakti Dait Madhav Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Their Samadhi opening day ki Jai. All right. So, okay, so with what mood do Gaudiya Vaishnavas come for the Ratha-yatra? And Srila Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Goswami Maharaj says, service is of 2 types. One is based on niti or maryada rules, and the other is based on priti or bhav, means affection. There's an end note, but I'm not going to read that now. So Gaudiya Vaishnavas come to Jagannath Puri for Ratha-yatra to take Shri Krishna to Vraj. Krishna loya vraje jai e bhava antar. That means the devotee has the internal, the antar bhav, the internal mood that the devotees have is Krishna loya vraje jai. That I go to Vraje, Krishna loya, taking Krishna with me. I'm taking Krishna to Vraj. This is the consideration of the Bhav Rajya, the realm governed by various spiritual moods. In this context, in Srimad Bhagavatam, it has been mentioned, Shri Krishna went to Kurukshetra on the pretext of taking a holy bath in the Brahma Sarovar during the solar eclipse. However, this was just an external reason. The internal motive was to meet with the Vrajagopis. And the Vrajagopis also went to Kurukshetra under the same pretext, but their real intention was to meet with Shri Krishna. After bathing in Brahma Sarovar, Shri Krishna created an excuse. He created an excuse of falling ill. In such a condition, he would not meet with anyone. And at that time, the Vraja Gopis served him while everyone else returned. This is the mood of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. On the other hand, in the Maryada Marg, on the path based on rules and regulations, Lord Jagannath falls ill after the Snan Yatra, and he is served by the Daitas during this time. The Pandas do not serve Jagannath during this period. Because of his illness, Jagannath is not offered anna bhog, that's rice, sabji, and so on, during this period. He is daily administered digestive medicines. After this, when he still does not recover, they call a senior doctor, a Vaidya, who then massages him and recommends some diet, some patya, consisting of puri, paneer, and so on. When he recovers slightly, he's offered khichdi in the mornings and regular bhog in the evenings. This procedure is followed in the Jagannath temple. I'm sure during this time, though, when Krishna is falling ill, because it's really just a way to get everybody to leave him and the gopis alone, I'm sure they're sneaking in all sorts of very delicious items that Krishna loves. Okay, so why are there 3 separate chariots? As per the consideration of the Priti Marg, the Vraja Gopis are taking Sri Krishna to Vrindavan. So there are 3 separate chariots for Sri Baladev, Subhadra Devi, and Jagannath. Otherwise, it will result in rasa viparyaya. That means contradiction. Do you understand rasa viparyaya? One devotee says, rasa bhas. Srila Maharaj, not rasa bhas, viparyaya. Another devotee says, viparit. Srila Maharaj, yes. Because the Vraja Gopis will not meet with Krishna in the presence of Baladev, Baladev travels separately. The same principle applies in the case of Subhadra Devi as well. So Baladev leads the way and is followed next by Subhadra Devi. In the Rag Marg, the path of spontaneous love, if they are in the presence of Baladev and Subhadra, then it will result in rasa viparyaya. That is why Jagannath is brought out last. Whoa, 1 second. Oh my God. Okay, what's I? It's a funny thing. Shamali, when she falls asleep, she like rolls back on her back and then she wakes up and then she goes like that. Okay. Yeah, so Jagannath's brought out last because if he's in the front, then he wouldn't be able to meet with the gopis. The Baladev would be coming behind him, and Subhadra would come behind, and Baladev would come behind, and then he wouldn't be. So he's in the very back so that he can be alone with the gopis. That's according to the Ragamarg. That's how we understand it. As per the path of regulative principles, Vidhimarg, Sri Baladev is Guru Tattva. Subhadra Devi's grace will follow the grace of Sri Baladev, as she is Bhakti Devi. So, by the mercy of Guru, Bhakti will manifest, and as a result, we can attain Bhagavan. It's very nice, huh? So first is Guru Tattva, then by the mercy of Guru, we get Bhakti Devi, and then by Bhakti, Krishna comes. That's how Krishna comes in the heart. So now, why Jagannath rocks both ways? There's a picture of Jagannath being brought onto the chariot. During the Pandu Vijay ceremony, while Jagannath is being carried onto his chariots just before Ratha-yatra, it is observed that Jagannath rocks from one side to the other. However, this doesn't occur in the case of Lord Balaram and Subhadra. This is because Jagannath wants to meet with all the devotees, so he turns towards everyone. He doesn't want to displease anyone. Thus, he takes longer to reach the chariot. With this mood, he is led to his chariot. Is it also called Pahandi, or is Pahandi when they bring Jagannath inside the mandir? I forgot. Anyways, but I went for that one time, only one time, because it takes so long. I was there all morning, and then yeah, it was very yeah. Jagannath takes the whole bringing Jagannath onto the chariot takes hours. Gaudiya Vaishnavas do not come to the Ratha-yatra to escape rebirth. So in this mood, Gaudiya Vaishnavas come, but they do not come with the thoughts that by taking darshan of Jagannath on the Rath, we will not have to take rebirth. Does Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur fear another birth? He says, Kita janmaho jatatu adas. One second, I'm just making the text bigger. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, may I take birth as a worm, as long as I remain your sorry. I lost my spot. Okay. May I take birth as a worm, as long as I remain your devotee. If Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying to be born as a worm, for what reason will he fear rebirth? So Gaudiya Vaishnavas do not come for that. And when the Rath returns, Gaudiya Vaishnavas do not participate in that part of the festival, because for them, Sri Krishna is being taken to Dwarka from Vrindavan. And see one thing with Ratha-yatra, everybody has all Vaishnavas. It's a very personal thing, and everybody has different moods and like different conceptions and like considerations. So if I'm not, I don't know, I could be incorrect, but I thought I remember reading my Gurudev saying that Mahaprabhu, he was still in the same mood of because Mahaprabhu, it does explain in Chaitanya Charitamrita that Mahaprabhu was on the return Rath. And so I think my Gurudev explains, but if I'm wrong, anybody can correct me, but that Mahaprabhu was absorbed in the same mood of bringing Krishna back to Vrindavan, even on the return Rath. Because I mean, Mahaprabhu, when he would see a sand dune, he would see Govardhan Hill. Like when he would see the ocean, he'd think of Jamuna. So for Mahaprabhu, he was always like anything would be Udipan to remember these things. So Mahaprabhu would be thinking, I'm taking Krishna back to Vrindavan again. But yeah. Okay, observance of Ratha-yatra only under the guidance of sadhus. During Ratha-yatra, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his many eternal associates would dance in front of Jagannath Dev's chariot. They never thought to themselves, I have to pull the cart, I have to touch the rope, or I have to shout out Jai Jagannath as everyone else is doing. These days, those who attend Ratha-yatra bring with them many emotions and sentiments. They say things like, I pulled the chariot for a whole minute, and I was able to see Jagannath very clearly. In reality, acts such as pulling the Ratha rope will never change the hearts of those who are sincere in their attempts to follow the path of bhakti, even if they could somehow maintain their grip on it for hundreds of thousands of lifetimes. Granted, these types of activities may yield some type of sukriti for common persons, but for serious sadhaks, sentimental activities of this nature yield no practical results. Such empty gestures have been completely rejected by Sriman Mahaprabhu and his associates, who observed Sri Jagannath Dev's Ratha-yatra with only one mood. Krishna Loya, Vraje Jai, E Bhav Antar. That's complete internal absorption in the idea that I am taking Krishna to Vraj. So I guess with the return Rath, we shouldn't pull, especially with the return Rath, we shouldn't be pulling the rope. We shouldn't be pulling Krishna back to Dwarka. But we can be singing kirtans for Krishna, like for Jagannath, especially kirtans to do with the Vrajavasis and especially Srimati Radharani. That's what Jagannath wants to hear. That's why he's so eager but yeah, maybe we don't ever pull the rope on the return Rath. Unless during our observance of Ratha-yatra we meet with sadhus, hear from them, and stay under their guidance, we will derive no benefit by attending this festival. We will be unable to understand its deep meanings and truths. Very important. So the main reason we go is because there are Vaishnavas who come from all over. And especially there'll be some very Rasik Vaishnavas who truly understand the deep importance. And so then we go to them, take shelter of them, and then they can instill in our hearts some of the actual deep moods of Ratha-yatra. That's the most important thing. Okay. Mahaprabhu established both the moods, Vidhi and Rag. There are two associates of Mahaprabhu, Srivas Pandit and Svarūpa Dāmodara. Mahaprabhu instigated a debate between Srivas Pandit and Svarūpa Dāmodara to clearly delineate the difference between the two moods of devotional service. Thus, Srivas Pandit, who exhibited the opulent mood, Maryada Bhav, the opulent mood of worship, glorified the mood of Lakshmi, saying, "See how opulent is our Lakshmi Devi." And Svarūpa Dāmodara responded by elucidating the supremacy of the mood of the Vraja Gopis. Making both Svarūpa Dāmodara and Srivas Pandit as mediums, he gave the teaching. Svarūpa Dāmodara is a Vrajavasi and Srivas Pandit is a Purivasi. Svarūpa Dāmodara said to Srivas Pandit, "You don't even understand the mood of Vrindavan. Those who identify themselves as Gaudiya Vaishnavas and have the abhiman that they are Gaudiya Vaishnavas will not take darshan of the return journey. They won't even take darshan of the return journey. What to speak about pulling or touching the rope?" Wow, okay. Because Gaudiya Vaishnavas only endeavor to take the Lord to Vrindavan, as they are attracted to the mood of Vrindavan. It is not possible to understand all this by our own endeavors. Only when we go along with the Pranayi Bhaktas, under their shelter, can we understand this mood. Who is qualified to understand the real mood of Ratha-yatra? We have seen such moods in those days when there was no government in charge of the Ratha-yatra proceedings. They took charge in 1973. Prior to that, during Ratha-yatra, the festival arrangement, which was from the king's side, used to arrange a special area in front of the chariots where devotees could perform kirtan without any disturbance. Common people were not permitted to enter there. That's unfortunate. I mean, that's unfortunate that things aren't like they were before 1973. Because it's pretty crazy. Like the kirtan party, there's a lot of people. Once, while the Gaudiya Math devotees were performing kirtan in that area under the guidance of my Guru Mahārāja, the servants or pandas of Lord Jagannath became so ecstatic by hearing the kirtan that they lifted Guru Mahārāja onto their shoulders and forcibly carried him onto the Lord's chariot. Wow, that is so awesome. Meanwhile, absorbed in the mood experienced by the Vraja Gopis when they meet with Sri Krishna in Kurukshetra, Srila Puri Goswāmī was dancing and singing the following song in front of the chariot. And this Svarūpa Dāmodara would sing in front of Mahaprabhu. This would to really bring out Mahaprabhu's moods during Ratha-yatra. This verse, he'd sing it over and over again, and maybe Mahaprabhu sang it as well. I can't remember. Anyways, Sheto Paranata Paino Jaha Lagi Madana Dahane Juri Geno. That's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 13, verse 113. Now I have gained the Lord of my life, in the absence of whom I was being burned by Cupid and was withering away. While Srila Puri Goswāmī Mahārāja was fully absorbed in singing this kirtan, all the devotees around him also became immersed in the same mood of meeting and were feeling jubilant. a pickpocket used this opportunity to steal Srila Puri Goswami Maharaj's wallet from his bag. Since most of the devotees were absorbed in the kirtan, no one noticed except one of my godbrothers, Sri Narayan Brahmachari, later known as Sri Prasad Puri Maharaj, who rushed forward and caught the pickpocket. While restraining the thief, Sri Narayan Brahmachari desperately tried to get the attention of Srila Puri Goswami Maharaj. But Srila Maharaj was so absorbed in kirtan that he didn't pay any attention to his words. When Sri Narayan Brahmachari tried more insistently, Srila Maharaj suddenly became very upset and chastised him. Why are you disturbing me? Let him take the money. Money will come and go, but the mood that we are experiencing at this moment may not come again. When Srimad Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj read out the pastime of Kir Chor Gopinath at the temple in Remuna, he became oblivious of everything around him. He experienced the fire of separation due to the mood manifest in his heart. So only those in whose hearts the intense fire of separation from the Lord has manifested will understand the real mood of Ratha-yatra. I'm definitely not feeling the intense fire of separation from the Lord, so I can't really understand the mood of Ratha-yatra. I can hear it and understand, like, on a theoretical level, I can, like, okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's why Krishna is, like, so happy or whatever, but I can't actually understand until I myself am feeling the intense fire of separation. The return Ratha-yatra. Okay, devotee. Shouldn't we participate in the return Ratha-yatra at all? Srila Maharaj. I am not saying we should not participate. I am saying that it is not our mood. But if you go to see, we as a practicing sadhak actually don't possess any mood at all, do we? We are practicing. When after much practice, we become established in the mood, then we will understand. Devotee. We have read in the scriptures that Sriman Mahaprabhu used to sing kirtans during the return of Ratha-yatra as well. Srila Maharaj. Yes, he did. That is because he established both moods, regulative devotional service, Vidhimarg, and spontaneous devotional service, Ragamarg, to cater to the various categories of devotees. Now, this is a song by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Shuno He Rasika Jan. O Vidhi Raga, Vidhi Marga, Ratta Jane, Swadhinata Ratna Dane, Raga Marge Korano Pravesha, Raga Marge Korano Pravesha, Raga Marge Korano Pravesha. Krishna eventually bestows the jewel of independence onto those persons who are attached to the path of rules and regulations, thereby allowing them entrance into the path of spontaneous, loving service. First, one practices the Vidhimarg, and only then can he proceed to the Ragamarg. Devotee. Mahaprabhu did so when he participated in the return Ratha-yatra to establish the path of regulated devotional service of Maryada Marg. Srila Maharaj. Yes, he showed and gave teachings about both the paths. During the return Ratha-yatra, Mahaprabhu attended the procession and sang and danced. And then the editors say, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted and sang with great pleasure to encourage devotees like Srivas Pandit who were in the mood of Aishwarya. All right, so now we are going to read about Shivananda Sena, whose disappearance day it is today. And then we'll end with Śrī Svarūpa Dāmodara. July 7th, 2024 is the disappearance day of Śrī Shivananda Sena in Vrindavan, India. The following is an excerpt of a Bhavanubhava of the kathā given by Srila Bhaktivedanta Bhāratī Goswāmī Maharaj on January 11th, 2016. Although we could not find any kathā by Srila Mahārāja recorded on this tithi, we are republishing the article released on Nityananda Trayodashi, as it is linked to the glories of Śivānanda Sena and service of Srila Mahārāja and all the Vaishnavas. Okay. Each year, 200 to 300 devotees would visit Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri from Bengal, Kulinagram, and Srikhanda village. One year, in great happiness, they started for Jagannath Puri, congregationally chanting the holy name of the Lord. Shivananda Sena managed the payment of tolls at different places. Maintaining everyone, he guided all the devotees in great happiness. Shivananda Sena took care of everyone and gave each devotee places to stay. He knew all the paths leading to Orissa. One day, when the party was being checked by a toll collector, the devotees were allowed to pass, and Shivananda Sena remained behind. Alone to pay the taxes. The party went into a village and waited beneath a tree because no one but Shivananda Sena could arrange for their residential quarters. That's from Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 12, verses 14 to 18. Shamali is a good backrest. I'm leaning up against it now. Okay. Shivananda Sena gets unprecedented mercy from Nityananda Prabhu. Once, while Nityananda Prabhu was on his way to Puri with Shivananda Sena's party one night, there was an inadvertent delay in the allocation of accommodation in Prasadam. Shivananda Sena was in charge of all the affairs. Unable to bear his hunger, in an angry mood, Nityananda said, "I curse Shivananda's 3 sons to die." Hearing this, Shivananda Sena's crestfallen wife started crying, and his nephew Srikanta became deeply upset. As soon as Shivananda Sena arrived, he went to pay obeisances to Nityananda, who kicked him. This is Nityananda, who's Akrodha Paramananda, right? We sing Akrodha Paramananda Nityananda Rai. He is never angry and always blissful. So, yeah, So as soon as Shivananda Sena arrived, he went to pay obeisances to Nityananda, who kicked him. Shivananda Sena was elated to receive the touch of Nityananda's lotus feet, a rare attainment for even Brahma and the demigods, realizing that he had received unprecedented mercy. Okay, let's see what the endnote says here. Okay, so here's endnote 1. This is from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 12, verses 26 to 31. Shivananda Sena touched the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu and led him to his residence. After giving the Lord his quarters, Shivananda Sena, being very pleased, spoke as follows. Shivananda said, "Today you have accepted me as your servant, and you have properly punished me for my offense. My dear Lord, your chastising me is your causeless mercy. Who within the 3 worlds can understand your real character? The dust of your lotus feet is not attainable even by Lord Brahma. Yet your lotus feet have touched my wretched body. Today, my birth, my family, and my activities have all become successful. Today, I have achieved the fulfillment of religious principles, economic development, satisfaction of the senses, and ultimately, devotional service to Lord Krishna." When Lord Nityananda heard this, he was very happy. He rose and embraced Shivananda Sena in great love. But yeah, that's why we can't understand what the different moods, the different qualities of Vaishnav, of anybody really, because our understanding is very shallow and only by our material experience do we understand any kind of qualities and all that. But so Nityananda Prabhu, even though he seems so angry, cursed Shivananda sons to die, which they didn't die. But uh but anyways, yeah. So yeah, he seemed to be very angry. So it seems like he wasn't. Why do we say he's akroda Paramananda Nityananda Rai? But it's because we haven't actually understood what is anger. Okay, Srila Bharati Maharaj is going to explain it now. Now, did Nityananda Prabhu not get angry here? No. In reality, he is Paramananda. He is always blissful. When Nityananda Prabhu kicked Shivananda Sena, he made him the exclusive privileged recipient of his foot dust, which can remove all the miseries of material existence. Otherwise, if he had affectionately given him his foot dust, all other devotees present would have also rushed for it. Who will make you understand this? It is very difficult. Sometimes, out of anger, a mother tells her son, sometimes a mother, out of anger, a mother tells her son, sometimes in anger, go and die. Well, that's a little harsh. That'd be taking a bit far, but it is. But does she really mean it? On the other hand, if someone else speaks the same words to her son, she will instinctively attack that person. She'll say, I may increase my son's age to 100 years by speaking these words, but your saying it is inauspicious. The words are exactly the same, so how are the meanings different? In real love, there's both lalana, there's affection, and tardana, chastisement. Lalana and tardana. Without chastisement or the sense of protectiveness, love is only 50%. What is krodha? What is anger? Oops. It is born out of kam, out of lust. And what is kam? Atmendriya priti vancha tare boli kam, Krishnendriya priti icha dhore premanam. So that's Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi 4:165. But yeah, we know in Bhagavad Gita it says kamat krodha bijayate, right? So that anger is born from lust. And what is lust? The desire to gratify one's own senses is kam, is lust. But the desire to please the senses of Lord Krishna is prem, is love. Atayeva kama preme bahuta antar. Kama andatama prema nirmala bhaskar. It's the next verse, verse 171, chapter 4 of Adi Lila. Therefore, lust and love are quite different. Lust is like dense darkness, but love is like the bright sun. There is a gulf of difference between kama and prem. Kama is andatama, which implies not only darkness, but dense darkness, right? When you put tama at the end of a word, it means the most, the greatest darkness. Like uttama. Uttama means the best Vaishnava. Tama, that word tama. And tara means more, and then tama means the most. When you add that at the end of a word. So kama is antatama, which implies not only darkness, but dense darkness, the greatest darkness. Whereas prem is nirmal bhaskar, like the rays of the sun shining through the clear sky, unobstructed by fog, clouds, or dust. Nityananda cannot have krodha, but can you understand this by his external behavior? Did any inauspiciousness befall Shivananda Sena or his family? Did his sons die? No. In fact, they got even more mercy from Mahaprabhu. Upon reaching Puri, Mahaprabhu instructed Govinda to give his remnants to Shivananda's sons. So it's very easy to misunderstand Nityananda Prabhu. It's very easy to misunderstand the Vaishnavas. So we have to be very careful about whatever our mind thinks doesn't mean it's the reality. Oh, and there's an end note here. It says, arriving in Puri, Shivananda Sena introduced his 3 sons to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because they were his sons, the Lord showed the boys great mercy. Lord Chaitanya asked the youngest son's name, and Shivananda Sena informs the Lord that his name was Paramananda Das. When Shivananda Sena introduced the child to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord put his toe in the child's mouth. No one can cross over the ocean of Shivananda Sena's good fortune, for the Lord considered Shivananda's whole family his own. Mahaprabhu gave an order to Govinda. As long as Shivananda Sena's wife and children stay in Jagannath Puri, they must be given the remnants of my food. Wow. Did anybody else get that? What Shivananda Sena's son Paramananda? Is that also Kavi Karnapur? Yeah. What he got? By being able to suck on the Lord's toe? No, that's so there's so yeah, things are not what they seem externally. Okay, Śrī Svarūpa Dāmodara. Today is also the disappearance day of Śrī Svarūpa Dāmodara. The following is an excerpt of a Bhavanuvad of the kathā given by Srila Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī on the same tithi on July 6, 2016. Today is the Ratha-yatra of Jagannatha, and it is also the disappearance day of Svarūpa Dāmodara. By worldly considerations, Svarūpa Dāmodara was born in Navadvip. His earlier name was Purushottam Bhattacharya, Purushottamacharya, accepting sannyas. When Sri Chaitanya Dev took sannyas, Purushottamacharya could no longer continue to reside in Navadvip due to the pain of separation from Sri Chaitanya Dev. Thus, he went to Kashi and accepted sannyas. But he did not accept the yogapatta, the saffron-colored dress. So he just remained Damodara Svarūpa. Okay, let's see what the endnote says here. So Sanyasa Korila Shikha Sutra Tyagarup Yogapatta Nanilo Nama Hoilo Svarūpa. That's Chaitanya Chaitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 10, verse 108. Upon accepting sannyas, Purushottamacharya followed the regulative principles by giving up his tuft of hair and sacred thread. But he did not accept the saffron-colored dress. Also, he did not accept a sannyasi title, but remained as a Naishtika brahmachari. He kept the name Svarūpa. Damodara Svarūpa. Yeah, Svarūpa is a brahmachari name. Okay. Later, when he discovered that Mahaprabhu was in Puri, he quickly went there. Upon seeing him, he paid obeisances at the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu and recited the following shloka. This is Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya, chapter 10, verse 119. Helo dhunita khedaya vishadaya pronmila damodaya Shamyach chastra vivadaya rasadaya Chittarpiton madaya Shashvar bhakti vinodaya samadaya Madhurya maryadaya Shri Chaitanya daya nideta vadaya Bhuyad amando daya. O ocean of mercy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, let there be an awakening of your auspicious mercy, which easily drives away all kinds of material lamentation by making everything pure and blissful. Indeed, your mercy awakens transcendental bliss and covers all material pleasures. By your auspicious mercy, quarrels and disagreements arising among different scriptures are vanquished. Your auspicious mercy pours forth transcendental mellows, and thus causes the heart to jubilate. Your mercy, which is full of joy, always stimulates devotional service and glorifies conjugal love of God. May transcendental bliss be awakened within my heart by your causeless mercy. O Shri Chaitanya Dev, your mercy is like Amanda Udaya. There is no inauspiciousness for anybody. You take away the material desires very easily. O Prabhu, I do not possess even an iota of love towards your lotus feet. That is why I left you and went to Kashi. Svarūpa Dāmodara uttered such words of humility. The Transcendental Examiner. If someone wrote anything, if somebody composed poetry or verses with the desire to present them to Sri Chaitanya Dev, Svarūpa Dāmodara would share it with Sri Chaitanya Dev. Svarūpa Dāmodara would share it with Sri Chaitanya Dev only after first examining the contents. Otherwise, he would not share it. Svarūpa Dāmodara would correctly present them. Only then would Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agree to listen. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was never pleased to hear books or verses opposed to the conclusive statements of devotional service. The Lord did not like hearing rasa bhas, the overlapping of transcendental mellows. It was the practice of Svarūpa Damodara Gosvāmī to examine all literatures to find out whether their conclusions were correct. Only then would he allow them to be heard by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's explained in Madhya Lila, chapter 10, verses 112 to 114. Svarūpa Damodara is a Shuddha Vrajavasi. Although Svarūpa Damodara had never been to Vrindavan, Mahaprabhu addressed him as a Shuddha Vrajavasi. Iho Damodara Svarūpa Shuddha Vrajavasi, Aishvarya na jane iho Shuddha preme bhashi. That's Madhya, chapter 14, verse 217. Svarūpa Damodara is a pure devotee of Vrindavan. He does not even know what opulence is, for he is simply absorbed in pure devotional service. So, he is Shuddha Vrajavasi. He doesn't even know what Aishvarya is, even though he never went to Vrindavan. He in fact, is a real Vrajavasi. So becoming a Vrajavasi doesn't just mean living in Vrindavan. It's about the moods that one develops. Okay, an intimate associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I've never seen this picture. Huh. Okay, in the last 12 years of his stay in Puri, Mahaprabhu spent his time taking shelter of the kirtans of Svarūpa Damodara and the shlokas of Ramananda Rai. That is why Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has mentioned in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 277, Chandidas Vidyapati Rayer Nataka Giti Karnamrita Shri Gita Govinda Svarupa Ramananda Sena Mahaprabhu Ratri Dine Kaishune Parama Ananda. He also passed his time reading the books and singing the songs of Chandidas and Vidyapati, and listening to quotations from the Jagannatha Natak, Krishna Karnamrita, and Geet Govinda. Thus, in the association of Svarūpa Damodara and Rai Ramananda, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed his days and nights chanting and hearing with great pleasure. Svarūpa Damodara knew the heart of Sri Chaitanya Dev very well and used to sing kirtans according to time and circumstances. Sri Svarūpa Damodara used to read the poems of Vidyapati and Chandidas and Jayadev Goswami's Sri Geet Govinda. He used to make Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very happy by singing these songs. Svarūpa Damodara was was as expert a musician as the Gandharvas, and in scriptural discussion, he was just like Brihaspati, the priest of the heavenly gods. Therefore, it is to be concluded that there is no great personality quite like Svarūpa Dāmodara. That's Madhya Lila chapter 10, verses 115 to 116. Ramananda Rai is Vishaka, and in the opinion of some, Lalita. Mahaprabhu used to spend time only with these two in his last days. He did not spend time with anybody else. That glorious Svarūpa Dāmodara left this world on this day. Jai Svarūpa Dāmodara Gosvāmī ki jai. What time is it? It's 8:04. All right, so we will end here, but maybe it'd be nice we can sing we could sing Mangala Gitam. That's Jagannath's very eager to hear the Mangala Gitam always. Actually, my Gurudev, every year he would give class on Mangala Gitam, and he would explain it in a different way every time. I once compiled like maybe 4 different classes or 5 different classes, and he'd give a different explanation for each word, like completely different meaning. And so I tried to put them all together so you could see all the different ways he'd explain all the words. But anyways, a very special song. Jagannath's very eager to hear. There are 2 stories that he tells, like one about how when Mahaprabhu once there was right there, I think it was a Dev Dasi. She was singing the Mangala Gitam just in some place in the distance. And then Mahaprabhu heard it, and he completely lost all sense of his body, of his self, and he was just completely mesmerized. And he ran to embrace the person who was singing Gita Govindam because he was completely mad. And then Govinda immediately caught him and stopped Mahaprabhu and brought him back to his senses. And then Mahaprabhu said, Govinda, you've saved my life. Because if I would have embraced that person who was singing, I would have given up my life. I would have jumped in the ocean and given up my life. And then there's another story of was there also a Dev Dasi? God, I have such a terrible memory. I've heard this many times also, but anyhow, somebody was singing the also Mangala Gitam, and in the like in the middle of the night or something, and then Jagannath he went like through the bushes and like because he wanted to hear it directly from the person's lips, like hear the Mangala Gitam, because it makes him so happy. He loves Mangala Gitam. And then in the morning time, and then he left and went back inside the temple, and then in the morning time, Jagannath's clothes were all torn and like had leaves and like, because he went through the bushes to get to the edge. And so then what did they do after that? I don't know if they made it like a thing to sing all Gita Govinda in front of Jagannath and Jagannath Mandir so that he wouldn't go outside to hear elsewhere, something like that. Also, there's a special cloth that they cover Jagannath in. It's beautiful cloth. It's like bright red, yellow, green, and it has the words of the verses of Gita Govinda written in a very beautiful way. Yeah. So he likes to be like wrapped up in the words of Gita Govinda. All right. Oh, I haven't been looking at the. Okay. All right. So we'll sing that Mangala Gitam. Let me just share my screen again. Oh wait, and let me turn off noise suppression. There. Okay. I'm gonna sing it in the Oriya melody that Muni Maharaj would sing. Shita Kamala. It's a very beautiful melody. Okay. Oh God. Shita Shita Kamala Kuchamandala Shita Kamala Kuchamandala Drita Kundala Drita Kundala Kalita Lalita Vana Mala Jaya Jaya Deva Hare 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 Jaya Jaya Deva Hare Dinamani Mandala Mandana Dinamani Mandala Mandana Bhavakandana Bhavakandana Muni Jana Manasahamsa Jaya Jaya Deva Hare 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 Jaya Jaya Sorry Jaya Jaya Deva Hare Kaliya Vishadhara Ganjana Kaliya Vishadhara Ganjana Jana Ranjana Jadukola Nalina Dinesha Jaya Jaya Deva Hare 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 Jaya Jagannatha Hare Madhumura Naraka Vinashana Madhumura Naraka Vinashana Garudasana Garudasana Surakola Keli Nidana Jaya Jaya Deva Hare 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 Jaya Jagannatha Hare Amala Kamala Dala Lochana Hari Amala Kamala Dala Lochana Hari Amala Kamala Dala Lochana Bhavamochana Bhavamochana Tribhuvana Bhavana Nidana Jaya Jaya Deva Hare 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 Jaya Jagannatha Hare Janaka Sutta Krita Bhoshana Janaka Sutta Krita Bhoshana Jita Doshana Jita Doshana Samarashamita Dashakanta Jaya Jaya Deva Hare 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 Jaya Jagannatha Hare Sundara Hari Abhinava Jaladara Sundara Mandara Shimoka Chandra Chakora Drita Mandara Radha Moka Chandra Chakora Jaya Jaya Deva Hare 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 Jaya Jagannatha Hare Tava Charane Pranatavayam Tava Charane Pranatavayam Iti Bhavaya Guru Kushalam Pranateshu Jaya Jaya Deva Hare 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 Jaya Jaya Deva Hare Shri Jaya Deva Kaveridam Shri Jaya Deva Kaveridam Shri Jaya Deva Kaveridam Shri Jaya Deva Kaveridam Kurute Modam Mangalam Ujjvala Gitam Kurute Modam Mangalam Ujjvala Gitam Jaya Jaya Deva Hare 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 Jaya Jagannatha Hare Hare Jaya Jagannatha Hare Hare Jaya Jagannatha Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Jagannatha Swami Jai Jagannatha Jai Jagannatha Swami Jai Jagannatha Jai Yashodanandana Jai Jagannatha Jai Yashodanandana Jai Jagannatha Jai Baladev Jai Baladev Jai Baladev Baladev, Jai Jai Baladev, Jai Rohini Nandana, Jai Baladev, Jai Rohini Nandana, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra Devi, Jai Subhadra, Jai Subhadra Devi, Jai Subhadra, Jai Yoga Maya, Jai Subhadra, Jai Yoga Maya, Jai Subhadra, Sudarshana, Jai Sudarshana, Sudarshana, Jai Sudarshana, Jai Bhakata Rakshaka Sudarshana, Jai Bhakata Rakshaka Sudarshana, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami, Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami Bhavatu me, Nayana Patagami Bhavatu me. Jai Sachinandan Jaya Gora Hari, Jai Sachinandan Jaya Gora Hari, Jaya Sachinandan Jaya Gora Hari, Jaya Sachinandan Jaya Gora Hari, Jaya Swaparshara Jaya Gora Hari, Jaya Swaparshara Jaya Gora Hari, Jai Svarūpa Dāmodara, Prabhu Svarūpa Dāmodara, Jai 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 Shivananda Sena, Jai Shivananda Sena, Shivananda Sena, Jai Shivananda Sena. Jai Tina Putra Sange Nache Shivananda Sena, Jai Tina Putra Sange Nache Shivananda Sena, Jai Tina Putra Sange Nache Shivananda Sena, Jai Tina Putra Sange Nache Shivananda Sena. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Oh Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe, 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 Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Ju Ki Jai, Jai Srila Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Srila Param Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Rupa no Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Swaparshad Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopigan Ki Jai, Jai Srila Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai, Jai Srila Bhakti Balabhatirtha Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai, Jai Srila Bhakti Dayat Madhav Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai, all the associates of Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Jai Shri Jagannatha Ratha-yatra Mahamahotsav Ki Jai, Jai Shri Jagannath Dev Ki Jai, Shri Baladev Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Subhadra Devi Ki Jai, Shri Sudarshan Chakra Ki Jai, Jai all Sarva Vrajavasi Gana Ki Jai, Sarva Vraja Devi Gana Ki Jai, Shri Vishabhanu Nandini Shrimati Radha Thakurani Ki Jai, Jai Shri Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai, Shri Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Par Ki Jai, Shri Rupa Raghunatha Ki Jai, Jai Shri Svarūpa Dāmodara Ki Jai, to dear Shubha Tirubhav Titi Ki Jai, Jai Shri Shivananda Sena Ki Jai, his 3 sons Ki Jai, his wife Ki Jai, Jai Shriman Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai, Jai Shri Jagannath Puri Kshetra Dham ki Jai. Jai Nilachal ki Jai. Bringing all the Vrajvasis, bringing Krishna back to Vrindavan ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. My Srila Gurudev's Jagannātha Ratha-yatra book ki Jai. It's such a beautiful book. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. The Samadhi opening of and Vigraha installation of Srila Bhakti Srila Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha Goswami Maharaj and Srila Bhakti Madhav Goswami Maharaj's Samadhi ki Jai. And all the Vaishnavas attending that festival ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha. Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat Pranams, everybody. Let's see who's there. Pranams Nari Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Raseshwari Mataji, Shri Devi Didi, Ashray Prabhu, Shruti Goranga Didi, and let's see who else is there. Vidyalala Didi, Krishnamai Didi, Champak Mataji, varieties of videos, whoever that is, Hare Krishna, Sunanda Holkar, Rajiv, Srivatsav, Saurabh, and what's that? Niboy Sarkar. Hare Krishna. From Bangladesh. Oh wow. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranams. Wow, a lot of devotees joined today. Thank you so much for joining, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow for our to continue on our Bhakti Vinod Giti Dhara program. We're going to be singing a special song. Tumi to maribe jari, tumi to moribe jare ke tare rakite pare. We're going to be going over that song, the meaning of all the words, and so I hope you can join for that. Dandavat Pranams. See you all tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Oh wait, before I end this video, is there anything anybody wanted to mention before I end? Hey, where did all the people go? Can't see anything.
Yeah, I wanted to ask something,
if
possible.
Yes.
When you were singing the kirtan, you were singing Sudarshan, the Glories. You were singing.
It started cutting out, but
and then you said Sudarshan.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not sure if it's. I'm not.
Was that it?
Sorry, it started cutting out, but I think I understood what you said.
Sudarshan, the part when you were singing Glories to Sudarshan, yes. Was that it?
Yeah, so I sang Bhakta Rakshaka Sudarshana. Sudarshan who protects the devotees. Yeah. And also, but you could also, like, Sudarshan's also who gives darshan, right? He gives darshan of Bhagavan. So I probably should say something for that also. What would that be? I'd have to think of how you'd say that. But yeah.
and the lines for the other devotees, because you also added them, and you're saying two. You're saying a line about them. Was that something that you've heard? Was that part of a kirtan?
Well, okay, yeah. So, you mean when I say Tina Putra Sange Nache Shivananda Sena? So, yes. That's in a song. What is it? Jaya Nityananda Dvaita Gauranga, and then and that's one of the lines from that song. And so I just thought to sing it, because why not? Because we read about his three sons, and so
might as well sing. Very nice.
So it's Tina Putra Shange, so that means with his three sons, Nache, he dances. So he's dancing along with his three sons, Shivananda Sena.
Nice.
And then it says Pancha Putra Sanga Nache Rai Bhavananda. Then Bhavananda Rai dances with his five sons, which we know of Rai Ramananda. That's one of Rai Bhavananda's sons, and he has four other sons. They're called the five Pandavas.
Yes.
So, yes.
Very nice. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. All right, see you all tomorrow. Dandavat Pranams. God, Zoom is acting very weird. I can't even find where the ending thing is. That's so weird. This has never happened before. I can't find where to end the video. Sorry guys. God. Here, let me open up view. Show manage participants? No. How do I end? Anyways, I'm just going to... Oh, exit minimal view. Ah, there. I was in some weird view, minimal view, and it didn't give me any options. Now I can end. Okay, Haribol.